Alright, so since I'm here, one more quick fun video. We talked about pentatonic scales and blues scales. Now we're going to talk about actual blues progression. And this is called 12-bar blues. All that means is there's 12 measures. So you can see measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to assume all these beats, excuse me, all these measures have 4 beats in them. And I want to show you the chords. And all popular music, and especially the blues, is based off of 3 chords. And how we build those chords is we take a major scale, in this case it's C major, first note, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. We build a chord off of the 1, or essentially the notes right here, we just play a note, skip a note, play a note. The chord for F, we just play a note, skip a note, skip a note. And then G. You'll see these little black notes I left in there. They're not chord, well they're chord tones, but they're not triad tones. So the triad will be 1, 3, and 5. This is the 7th. Now in blues music and jazz music and pop music, anytime you see that 7 chord, that usually implies a flat 7. You're using mixolydian mode, which is past what I want you guys to know. Don't worry about that. Just know you're going to see a 7 in my chords. So, blues progression. We mark this chord, since it's built off the first note, as the 1 chord, except we use Roman numerals. So 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. So blues progression, it's pretty easy. You got the 1 chord, and then you just repeat it for 4 measures. You got the 4 chord, and repeat it on that measure. In case you didn't know these are repeats, just repeat the measure before it. Back to the 1 chord, repeat it. 5, 4, 1. Now this is the simplest version. Jazz people will take these chords and try to mix them up and add turnarounds and stuff, but we're just going to go with the basics. If you're singing the blues, you're always going to sing a line, then sing the same line, and on the 3rd line, you're going to add a word at the end that rhymes with these lines. So, my baby done left me, she got out of town. My baby done left me, she got out of town. Ever since I've been without my baby, she's left me with a frown, or something, right? There's lots of example blues. I would suggest you listen to some Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood. That's a pretty solid example of blues. But you can sing the blues, you can play the blues, but this is our basic 12-bar blues progression. So, let's substitute in our chords. So my 1 chord, I'm going to have C. My 4 chord, I'm going to have F. And my 5 chord, I'm going to have G. Now, if I were to fill all these chords in, which I'm gonna, it would look something like that. So, I'm going to just play an example for you, in case you're like, oh, the game is like, what are you talking about? What does it sound like? I'm going to play you what's called a walking bass line. Okay? And I'm actually going to do it in the key of G, but I'm going to, same chords, okay? So I'm going to do a tempo about this fast. Bum, 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 bum. So a blues line sounds like this. Jump up to the 4 chord. Back down to the 1 chord. 5 chord. 4 chord. I forgot what key I'm in. And then back to the 1. So, pretty simple chord progression. There's 2 scales. I talk about the pentatonic scale and the blues scale. You can actually play over this whole thing. Now, eventually, maybe someday if I get bored, I'll make a video talking about the jazz substitutions to these chords. But just for now, I'm going to play this through one more time. Key of C, It's the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5. You'll hear my top note, ba, 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 ba. Is that note right there? Okay. So, again on the top, bum, 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 1. And there is the lesson on the 12-bar blues progression.